They made it. Those whales are free. With the help of Soviet icebreakers, the two California gray whales have started their long swim south. We'll have details on that story for you, the rescue of the trapped whales, in just a moment. Diana?
An army of volunteers will help stamp out Devil's Night fires, and special athletes who showed great courage got a big welcome at Metro Airport tonight. Bill?
George Bush sounding more and more confident with each passing day. Some local politicians could be in trouble over a proposed attack site. The Red Wings were just fantastic tonight. Diana Lewis, Bill Vaughn, Steve with sports, and Jerry with all the weather. The update is next on Channel 7. Good evening, everybody. Mammals all over the world are smiling tonight because some men and women freed two big mammals trapped in the ice. These two giant gray mammals, tasting the open seas, freedom, escaping the chilling grip of an Arctic ice ridge and death that held them prisoners for almost 3 weeks. Their situation focused worldwide attention on a remote, cold spot called Barrow, Alaska, forging an unlikely union between the two most powerful nations on the face of the earth, the United States of America and the Soviet Union, putting aside their differences. Using Russian icebreakers, flying both the American and Soviet flags, they smashed through the ice, rescuing one of nature's most magnificent creatures, the whales. Scientists believe the whales knew that they were about to be set free. One saying, quote, "To look at them, you'd have to thought that they had bags packed and were ready to start swimming south." That's exactly the direction the giant mammals are headed. They are migrating to the southern coast of California. A third whale, the little one, didn't make it to freedom. It disappeared last Friday, believed now dead. But tonight, scientists and Eskimos alike are happy and thankful.
Thank goodness for the Russians, huh? They're doing a good job.
Well, everybody, all the people help out, so everybody's great.
Does kind of make you feel good for whatever strange reason, I guess. The international rescue effort has a price tag of about $1 million, and for a brief span of time, Americans, Russians, Japanese, Germans, and the rest of the inhabitants of the globe turned into a story of suspense, including the Eskimos, together, working together with compassion, and finally, providing freedom for two other mammals. Diana?
Bill, a frightened Detroit parent is praying tonight that police can rescue his two daughters. He believes they have fallen prey to crack dealers looking for revenge. James Blackman's 18-year-old twin daughters, Mary and Minerva, have been missing since Monday. Their father insists their disappearance is linked to the fact that he reported a suspected crack house in his East Side neighborhood on Wilford Street. Police raided the house and shut it down. Soon after, neighbors reported seeing the girls being pushed into another local crack house. An investigation is underway. Some of the other stories making news in the Metro Detroit area tonight. Detroit police have busted a crack house where bombs were being made. The early morning raid in the 8,000 block of Wisner, netting both explosives and firearms. 6 people were arrested. Jailed Detroit City Attorney Donald Palin has passed by the Michigan Supreme Court tonight and asked the Federal Appeals Court to hear his case. Palin is behind bars for refusing to hand over documents on the $42 million Chrysler land deal. And tonight, nearly 200 kids in Detroit are celebrating Halloween just a little early. It was all ghosts and goblins at the annual Harvest Fair Gong Show at the Word of Faith Christian Center. The church sponsors the event to give kids a safe environment to enjoy the much-maligned holiday. Bill?
In connection with that, Diana, the city of Detroit is mobilizing a small army to try to make sure that this is going to be a safe Devil's Night and Halloween. An estimated 10,000 volunteers expected to be on the streets looking for arsonists and small fires. The city is also imposing a dusk to dawn curfew from Saturday to Monday. Kids under 18 will have to be off the streets by 6 o'clock unless they are accompanied by an adult. The violators are going to be picked up by police. This year's effort also getting young people involved through essay and rap song contest. In the winning paper, Kathleen Romig writes, "Devil's Night, it's like a nightmare come true." That message and others will be put on billboards across the city. Mayor Coleman Young telling Channel 7 News tonight that youth involvement could be the key to this year's effort.
Agree that you can reach young people where they are in their schools and reach their peers who will begin to appreciate the damage done on Devil's Night. And then you'll be dealing with the problem at its source.
The mayor also told us that he's put together an arson task force to investigate the crimes on a year-round basis. Vice President George Bush talking about the economy and taxes in the city of Detroit today, campaigning before the Women's Economic Club and the Economic Club of Detroit. Mr. Bush singing the praises of the Reagan tax cut and said that Mike Dukakis sounds like he's a man itching to repeal it. He repeated his promise against new taxes and said the U.S. leads the world in economic growth. As for that big trade deficit, Bush had some upbeat views.
Our exports are substantially up. Our agriculture exports are substantially up. And I'm convinced that it is on the right track without further legislation. I have in the past supported the voluntary restraint agreements and that affect autos, and I'm open-minded on that question.
His opponent, Mike Dukakis, campaigning out west in Colorado, where he denounced ads and commercials from the National Rifle Association concerning his stand on gun control. Dukakis saying he does not oppose gun ownership by sportsmen, hunters, or homeowners wishing to protect their lives, family, and property. With national polls indicating Bush ahead by anywhere from 8 to 14 points, the Dukakis campaign claims the race is much closer than the polls show, and support for them, according to the Democrats, is growing. Diana?
7 elected officials in Warren, including the mayor, are the targets of a new recall effort tonight. Many residents are angry about a proposed property tax increase, and they're blaming the council and Mayor Baunkowski. Channel 7's Dave Gilbert with more on the story.
This recall petition is what some Warren residents are hoping to circulate as soon as the Elections Commission gives the okay. The petition targets the mayor and 6 council members, charging that they accepted pay raises while laying off police and firefighters. Also, the recall group is angry over a 5.85 mils property tax increase on the November 8th ballot. It will cost an average homeowner about $200 more a year.
The mayor is looking for $14 million per year in additional revenue, and his deficit is only $6.3 million. We keep asking him what he's going to do with the rest of the money, and he can't seem to come up with any clear answers.
Mike Powell and Ralph Roberts are with the Michigan Taxpayers Voice Committee, a group fighting the proposed record property tax hike.
It's really affecting the home sales. If this goes through, I think it could really have a big impact on the city of Warren's resale homes.